What's up? This is Jesse
And Brian.
with The Neighborhood, and you're watching Front Row Live Entertainment.
Hey guys, Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. We're hanging out here in Santa Ana at the Observatory, and I'm hanging out with the guys from The Neighborhood. How's it going, guys? How's your day going so far?
Going good. Yeah,
It's going
so far
good,
so
man.
good.
Yeah, everything's chilling. We're good.
Walking in here, it's crowded out there. There's a crazy line all around. Been a band for less than 2 years. Like how does that even happen? Like, tell me about that.
How it happened, I think we wrote songs that people seem to be able to attach to. I mean, that's like the main ingredient to this whole thing, which is rad, you know? But like, just a little backstory. We've played, there's a smaller room in here called the Constellation Room. We've played that probably 5 times now.
4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5. We had a residency there, and we've had 2 other shows where we opened up for people in it. A couple of them were good, a couple of them weren't. Like, the last couple we played were like crazy, like sold out, awesome. And I remember when Jeff, the promoter here, was like, we got to have you guys back in the summer to do the Observatory, the big room.
He knew.
He knew. He's like, I was like, I don't know. He's like, no, dude, it'll sell out. And I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it sold out. So like, that line feels very good to see. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, those Constellation shows were actually like $5 shows, right? It wasn't even like a full price.
The residency ones were. Yeah, they were $5, yeah.
Yeah, which is rad. I wish all shows were that cheap.
And like, are you guys, everything that you're doing, are you guys basically like learning it as you're going? Or it's like, is there any experience that you would say that you have with touring and stuff like that with the band?
I'd say most of it is trial and error. You know what I mean? I mean, we've all been in bands before, but we've never done, since this band's formed, we've been on the road pretty much nonstop, and we're going to be, and we've never done that before. We've all been in bands and, played shows and done all that kind of stuff, but every day, day in, day out, we've never done it like this.
That's insane. And Columbia actually signed you guys before you guys even had a show. Yeah. So how is it just by hearing your tracks, people were talking? Like, how did that even happen?
Yeah, man.
Robbery, right?
Yeah, we put out Female Robbery, and we had a video for it to go to go along with it, and that was kind of the first, incredible thing that happened with this whole. Actually, not the first incredible thing. I think the first incredible thing is that we came together and we actually created music that we were all really pumped on, which is like anybody who's ever been in a band, you kind of know, like, you have an idea of what you want to do, but sometimes you don't always get it, and we luckily nailed it, and we had the right people around us. But when Columbia came calling, there was a couple months where it was just labels nonstop calling us, and it was so, that's so cool to me. Like that was like a childhood, like,
friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Going and doing all that stuff.
childhood goal to like have a major label sign you. So when it happened, it was really cool. And they heard the song, and that's what was special about it. They called us. They were the first people to call us. Wow. They called us, and they wanted us to come in and fly out to New York because of the song that we made, not because they didn't have no clue what we looked like. They didn't know what our names were. They didn't know how old we were. They didn't know anything.
So what was their expressions on their faces when they first, finally met you guys? Was it like, really? Is this going on?
Everybody usually expects us to be older, but
Not as many tattoos. They weren't expecting so many tattoos.
Yeah, looking at you, you look more like a rapper. You look more like a screamo punk band type, So it's like,
we hear that often, and like we actually come from both of those backgrounds, so it's kind of funny. I mean, that's what we were doing when we were kids, and I'm still really into hip hop, but I was like, that's what I was focused on right before this band. Yeah.
And then also, you released 2 EPs already, and then the debut album that you just released. What is the how are these 3 related with I'm Sorry, Thank You, and I Love You? Are we talking relationship sense? Like, how are these related?
I wrote the titles and everything for. I guess for the band, I take my job. We all kind of know our role and our place in this band, and when it comes to lyrics and melody and titles, I take care of all that stuff. So it was kind of something that popped in my head. I'm Sorry came first, but then I didn't call it I'm Sorry because it was like I was sorry about something. Actually, it's because I feel like the statements, certain statements are really over abused in the world, and they almost have meaning sucked from them. So it's like for me at least, and I think I can speak on all of our behalf. It's almost like we put meaning back into these statements, and on this platform for to share it with the world, and hopefully the world can share that feeling with us, because. Like I said, it just feels like people say I love you to each other too much, and how much value does it hold anymore?
People are dating, and like after the first day, it's like I love you so much.
I've been guilty of that. I fall in love way too fast. I'm guilty of that, but like I'm not kidding. Through this band, like so much. I've developed so much.
Totally.
My
Me
character,
too.
my personality, and what I believe in.
So tell me, coming into this debut record, how was it writing with all of you guys have different genres that you guys love and enjoy. So how was it actually getting together in the studio and making this music?
It seemed pretty seamless. I mean, the first EP was mainly Jesse, Jeremy, and Zach, and then me and Mikey came aboard for the full length / second EP, which was just a 7-inch. But it didn't seem like a struggle at all. We all we trust each other with what we do musically. So if someone has an idea, we're gonna flesh it out until we decide as a group whether or not we like it or dislike it.
Okay. Yeah. And then you guys just released a new song, West Coast.
Yeah.
That's more of a hip hop feel. More, I'm guessing that's more you on that. Is that
actually a
something
really
we can?
old one.
Is it really?
The one that we redid. Yeah.
It's kind of funny that you say it's more me because when the band first started, the idea was like I was doing hip hop. I was rapping. I was doing that. Like that's what I was focused on. Like I said, and I came to Zach and Jeremy and said, "Hey, you guys play guitar and play it really cool, and I'm interested in your world and everything." And I wasn't completely ignorant to their world. Like I've listened to like indie rock and atmospheric type of stuff. Growing I've heard it all. And I thought they kind of had a knack for it. And Zach had written the riff for Sweater Weather. So when he first wrote that, I built a song around it, built drums around it and everything, and made it like a beat, like I make any hip hop beat. And then I put vocals over it, which that song was originally rapped verses with a sung hook. And then I switched up. But you could still hear it in the second verse, how it's pretty like rappy, I guess.
But that first demo of that song was made around the same time that the first demo for West Coast was made.
And we had 10 songs. It was a demo of 10 songs. And
Never came out. Yeah.
yeah, and there was maybe one on there that didn't have a rap verse on it. But all the songs were rap verses, sung hooks, or kind of rapped all the way through.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was just, again, that was like what I was really focused on at that time. And then I think we kind of pulled together and realized that singing felt better with it. It just felt better. It's not that leaving behind rap or anything. Like I love the feeling of rapping and being able to spit out so much at once and so many words and so many feelings. But
I think it was more so for West Coast at least the outlet we chose to release it on, because we had the original demo, and then when the album came time, we messed around with it in the studio, and it didn't get there fully. So then when we came time to do these 7 inches, we were like, we love that song, we want to put it out. This might be the best medium to put it out.
Yeah,
you know?
No, it worked out. Yeah, it was cool.
Now, as far as moving forward to future work and music and stuff, do you guys feel like you found your sound, or are you guys still working on figuring out how your music's gonna sound from here on out?
I feel like we found our sound to introduce ourselves to the world. Okay. And I think it's developing just like
People change.
people. You age, you grow in different ways.
You feel different emotions.
Yeah.
Now, what else do you guys have planned out for the remainder of the year? Now that all this hype is going on.
Well, we have this tour that we're on, the Love Collection. The first third is with the band Love Life that we're with right now. Who the 7-inch that we put out was a song West Coast from us and a song called Every Minute from them. That's how we're gonna do 3 7-inches.
Okay.
So the next third of the tour we're doing with 1975. There'll be another 7-inch released with a new song from us and a new song from them. Cool. And then the last third is with Jameson, and it'll be a new song from us, new song from him.
Now, how'd you guys go about picking who was gonna be going on tour with you guys?
It was just really people who we felt like were with our movement, you know what I mean, behind what we were doing, and we were all like, we're kind of in the same vein, you know what I mean? Not necessarily musically, but just like everything all together, like everything that encapsulates a band.
And also, I think behind every single artist that we're touring with, I think we're all part of this new generation. And I think if you look at any of those artists, they all have a vision, man. They all have a plan. It's not like things aren't totally figured out. It's like everybody has like a vision to what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Think about everything that they do. It's not just
Everything,
not just the music, the aesthetic, the videos, everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's pretty cool. Like when I first found out about all that, how you guys strictly black and white, everything that you guys are doing. I mean, that's different.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm always. I just tweeted something today about how like people that are God bless you, people that are like actually backing this and like behind it. Nothing feels better than that. Like I guarantee you, if you look out on that line right now, there's tons of people wearing black and white head to toe. You know what I mean?
Somebody just tweeted something funny about that.
Really?
They were like, it was a bad choice to wear black and white because it was so hot out when they were standing in line.
Well, black, I guess.
Yeah.
But like it's so cool to start going to these shows, and not only are people there singing, the lyrics and everything, but like I think that's pretty cool that when you go somewhere, you know, like, ooh, that's cool. I get to dress up a little bit tonight. Like, I think that's so exciting and fun and like
Makes
cool.
everybody a
I just-
part
It's
of
not
it.
your everyday like concert, pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody feels, and they are more a part of it. You know what I mean? That it's not just, you know, we're a couple guys who go up there and play songs to these people who come just to listen. You know what I mean? It's everybody who's involved in this movement that we have going on.
Yeah. I was actually lurking through Instagram, just hashtagging you guys, and every picture on there is black and white. So is this something that you have to tell your fans when they ask for pictures, like
No.
please do it in black and white, or they already
That's the cool
accept
thing.
it? Like,
Yeah.
No, we don't have to tell them. Yeah.
That's the cool thing. I mean, there are, and we've gotten some flack for it or whatever about like certain people want to do an interview with us, and we'll be like, cool, yeah, will you guys mind, filming it in black and white? And some people will be like, huh, I mean, why do you want to? And like for the most part, it's like, okay, well, then we won't do the interview. It's okay, but it's like we're not doing it because it's like, well, you're not doing. It's just because like, hey, listen, we have a vision for this, and there's a lot of people that have gotten behind it, and we've been able to be picky and pick what we want. We got to pick our label. We got to pick, and we picked them for a reason. We got to pick our tour manager, our sound guy, everything that's part of this
tour
is
with,
literally
yeah.
part of the
Which,
family.
from what I hear, once you're on a major label, that doesn't really those choices don't really happen
and
for
we
you.
hear that too, but that's not how it goes with us. So this is
I think that's part of the reason that we went with Columbia is because they seemed like they were, from the very beginning, from the first time we even met them, they seemed like they were behind what we were doing. They were giving us, creative control and all that.
100% creative control, and they it's unbelievable. I always hear from everybody like, oh, that's not how it usually goes. This is the only record deal
I don't know how you guys got this opportunity, but that's amazing. I mean, congrats to you guys.
Thank you so much.
What has been the hardest thing about being on tour and being on a record label?
You don't go out there every single night and feel like, yeah, like this is the best thing ever. Things go wrong. Things always don't feel right. But I will say, I think the music we wrote, from the drums to the guitar to the lyrics, I think they hold more than just like if you come to a Neighborhood show, you're going to get this crazy amped up show. And if they're not jumping around, then it's not going to be the right vibe. I think if we play shows that are a little more melancholy, sometimes it almost makes more sense.
Yeah.
And we're angsty, and we're young, and we're moody, and just like our music, we're, you know what I mean? Like, we feel depressed sometimes, we feel on top of the world sometimes. Only natural, man. So like, and there's never been a show where, where I feel like, somebody isn't able to appreciate that. And we hear that from people all the time, which is so nice. The people that, come up and talk to us and everything, it's like the coolest thing, dude. Like, just feels good. Feels good.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, how soon are we going to be getting some black and white sunglasses?
Oh, for everybody to see, like, black and white, like, when you come to the show. How sick would that be? Honestly,
don't
we
think we haven't talked about it. We've talked about
We
it.
joke.
I'm sure you've talked about anything about,
We're talking, doing like a black and white, like, or like a black screen in front of us. But I don't know. It's just hard because, I mean, there's only so much. You can't have too much separation. You could only shove something down someone's throat so much. And we don't really want to shove it down anyone's throat. We want people to feel like they are involved with it. So if you want to come to the show and take a picture, put it in black and white, then that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
But like, it's nothing, it doesn't matter. If you're there, that's like the coolest thing ever.